Hello everyone, welcome to Tangle with Tracy Anne. In today's video we'll be creating some interlocking angles and we'll be tangling in and around them. We'll be using Zendala tiles and this Marcus operandus. I'll leave a link below this video for that. For my first project I'll be using a tan Zendala, a black and brown micron 01, a white gel pen, a graphite pencil, a white charcoal pencil, and a couple of tortillions. Place the tile on the Marcus operandus and mark off everywhere where there's a diamond. Once you've got right around that tile, you should have 12 marks. I'm now going to draw lines across the tile to join the dots. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just to give us a little bit of a guide for when we're drawing our angles. I'll be using one of Zentangle's square tiles to draw around when I'm making my angles. You could use any square, but this one has a nice rounded corner. Now I'm matching it up so that the top corner hits that line and the sides match up with the dots that I've drawn. Slide the tile down and you can see I've only drawn down one side on this one. You'll see why at the end. Match it up again with the next line in the center and have the two dots there. Stop when you get to those lines and continue to draw around the corner. Slide your tile down and do the same thing again. I'm not measuring how wide these are, I'm just using my eye. It doesn't have to be perfect, but try and get it as similar as you can. Each time you place that tile on there, match up that center with the line and the edges with the two dots. Then slide your tile down and create the second line. Continue this until you get right around the circle. Now that we've got to the end, you can see why on my first angle I only drew down one side. And if I place it on there now, I can finish the other side, but this time it will sit nicely behind the other angle. Using my brown micron, I'm going to trace over every second one of those angles. Once I've got right around, then I'll do the others in black so that they alternate. Now I'm going to aura each of these lines. Take your time, do it nice and slowly. Move the tile as you go so that your hand is in a comfortable position. I always find it's easier to go underneath so you can see the line that's before you, and turn the tile so you've got a nice comfortable place for your hand to sit. Once you've got all the way around the tile with your black, do the same with the brown one. Once I'm finished, I'm going to keep with my brown micron 01 and draw the Tangle ambler in the brown angles. You can see I'm starting from that outer edge and going round and round like a maze. When I come to the black lines, just sort of draw in the air so that you know where that pattern will sit underneath. And when we come to that corner bit, start from the edge and go up that center line so we have a little triangle. When we turn the tile, again starting from that outer edge like we have all the way along, go down and then come back up to form that triangle, and we're on the right track now to continue with the rest of the pattern. I'll repeat this pattern in all of the brown sections, but in the black sections I'm going to be drawing Elegant by Tangle Dream. So it starts off with 3 muka. Notice how they are all touching the edge, and in between them I can draw this leafy shape, or I can draw orbs just to fill in the spaces. So I draw 3 one way and then come back in the opposite direction and draw 3 more muka, each of them touching the edge. Again, fill the spaces with that bit of a leafy shape, or if you prefer, you might add some orbs. It's up to you. Again, come back in the opposite direction, draw 3 more muka, and this will continue all the way along, alternating directions. Choose whether or not you want that leafy shape or whether you want an orb, or you can do a bit of both. It's up to you. You'll find that some of the spaces vary a little bit, and you might choose which of those things you use according to the space that you have left there. When you've finished drawing the pattern, go back and fill in all the background with your black pen. I'm demonstrating how to draw this pattern in my sketchbook first so that you can see the continuity of the pattern. Once we start on our tile, you can see that the pattern is blocked by that brown strip going above. Once we've got to that part of the pattern where we're going to repeat in the other direction, lift your pen up and imagine that pattern going underneath the strip. Once you get to the corner, turn the tile and continue the pattern. This is a fairly versatile pattern, so you can kind of bend these muka so that they fit in how you want them to. Before I move on and continue the rest of those patterns, I'll show you how I'm going to shade this. I'm going to put some graphite just along where it overlaps and the outer edges. I'll do that on both the black and the brown, where it overlaps and the outer edges, and I'll go right to the edge of that black one. I wasn't going to, but I will go right to the edge of each of those, then come in with a tortillon and smooth that out, blend it in. Now I'm coming in with a white charcoal pencil just along the center, and you can see it's already starting to look quite curved, more 3D. And once we've drawn in that white strip, use a clean tortillon and blend that in. If you find it dulls it a little bit too much for your liking, you can always go back in with your white pencil and brighten it up a little bit. You can see what a difference the shaded ones look to the flat sections. Now I'm coming in with a white gel pen and I'm going to weave in and out of these angles the Tangle Gingo, and this is by Lisa Chang, CZT. I've put the stem under and over, and then when we draw this top part, it's just a series of fine lines. So continue drawing these, filling in that center space and in some of the other spaces. So come from different ways, go under some and over others until you've got enough there that creates some interest. For my second project, I'm using a white Zendala, a black micron 01, a gold and a bronze metallic gel pen, and a graphite pencil and tortillon. Mark off everywhere where there is a 0 or a naught. This time you'll only have 8 dots around your circle, and again we'll join these. To help me with the placing of the angles this time, I'm going to draw a circle in the center, and this little drawing guide is ideal. You could use a compass or draw around something round. Using the square tile, I'm lining up the corner where the line touches that circle, and I'm making sure that the square tile is an even distance from the lines that I've drawn on that Zendala tile. Notice that on that first one, I only did down one side. The angles that I'm creating in this project are a little bit wider than the ones we did in the last project. I also have less space in the center of the tile. Use your black micron 01 to trace the lines, and then we'll also create an aura on both sides like we did in the last project. I'm going to only be using the black pen to draw around all these angles. I'm going to start with my bronze pen, and repeat that pattern that we did in the first tile, the ambler pattern. Remember to do a triangle in each of the corners. Once I've filled this strip with the tangle, I'm going to colour in between those two black lines. Using my gold pen, I'm doing like a T shape and then an upside down T. It's actually like I thought I was doing the Tangle Mountain by Ginny Lou, but in her pattern there's a little bit of a end on each of the T's, but still it's very similar. I wanted something fairly simple for this alternate layer. Now that I've got all the strips finished, using my black micron 01, I'm going to divide this section into two parts and again use the Tangle Elegant. There'll be enough room to just do this pattern twice. And add all our little frilly bits. When I do the opposite side, I'm going to do like a mirror image of what I've just drawn. Exactly the same thing but in the other direction, and fill it in with all the other fiddly bits. In this centre section, I'm relying on these little triangles in pencil. So you can see I'm coming from in between those two angles and using up most of that space of that triangle. I could fit another one up the top, or I could possibly just do an orb. So turn your tile, and I'm going in the same direction each time. Fit my 3 muka in and add all the little leaves and orbs. Turn the tile and do exactly the same thing in each of these sections. You'll find the spaces vary a little bit, and I could only fit an orb in the top there. When you've filled all of these sections, we've still got those little triangles. So in these spots, I'm drawing 3 muka, a little leaf at the bottom, and some orbs, and colour the background. And that will complete all of the background for this tile. Then we can move on and do a little bit of shading. For the shading part this time, I'm not going to touch those strips. I'm just going to put some graphite around the edge of where the strips are, but in the background. So it looks like those angles are sitting on top. And there's a bit of a 3D look looking down onto that elegant background. Once you've added the graphite, blend it in with your tortillon or a blending stump. And there you have it, the 2 tiles that we did today. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, do that so that you don't miss out on future videos. Until next week, stay safe and bye for now. If you'd like to see more of my videos, head over to my YouTube channel, or there are a couple of links here on the screen, and there's the subscribe button.